All right, so welcome to our deep dive into the Millionaire Fastlane
By MJDeMarco.
by MJDeMarco. Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
we're going to unpack some of the key ideas.
Really interesting book.
It is.
It's kind of this blend of personal story and business strategy.
I like how he kind of brings those two together.
Yeah, and it really challenges a lot of the traditional financial advice.
Oh, absolutely.
So get ready for some thought-provoking concepts.
Yeah, what's interesting about this book is he doesn't just preach from a pedestal.
He's in the trenches with us.
He is. He shares his own journey.
Yeah.
Starting from a place I think a lot of people might relate to.
Absolutely.
Feeling stuck.
Stuck in that loop.
Yeah, like, is there a better way?
Work, save, retire. Is this it?
Right. And he starts with a really memorable story.
Yeah.
The Lamborghini prophecy.
Oh, the Lamborghini.
DeMarco, as a teenager,
Yeah.
obsessed with this Lamborghini Countach,
Countach, yeah.
right? And he finally sees one in person,
Uh-huh.
gets to chat with the owner, expecting to meet some Wall Street tycoon, right?
Right, somebody in a suit.
But instead,
So,
the owner tells him he's an inventor.
an inventor.
And this encounter
Dear.
totally shifts DeMarco's perspective,
Changes everything.
showing him that wealth can come from creating something new,
Right.
not just climbing the corporate ladder.
Not just the traditional path.
Right.
Yeah.
It's a great reminder that we often have these preconceived notions about wealth that might not be true.
Absolutely. Yeah, we had these stories we tell ourselves.
We do.
And sometimes those stories are not helpful.
No, they limit us.
They hold us back.
So this book really challenges the idea of get rich slow,
Yes, the slow lane.
the idea that you work hard, save diligently, invest in the stock market, and then maybe
Right,
enjoy your wealth in retirement.
When you're 65.
DeMarco argues that this approach is basically a gamble
It is a gamble.
with your life,
With your life.
putting your financial future,
In the hands of things you can't control.
factors you can't control.
You can't control the market.
Right. What stands out to you about his critique of get rich slow?
Well, I think one of the things is that the math doesn't work.
The math doesn't work.
When you're working in a job,
Right.
you've got expenses,
Mhm.
and then maybe you can save after.
Right.
And so if your expenses rise faster than your savings,
They often do.
which they often do, you're in trouble.
Yeah.
And so then you're at the mercy of the market, interest rates, inflation,
Things you have absolutely no control over.
absolutely no control over.
He also points out that the golden years of retirement
Right.
might not be so golden
You might be too old.
if you haven't taken care of your health.
Or if you haven't built a life you actually enjoy
Right.
outside of work.
He describes how people on this path often end up with
A wealthy hearse.
a wealthy hearse. Yeah.
They finally reach financial freedom, but they're too old or too sick to really enjoy it.
It's a powerful image.
It is.
And he shares his own experience trying to make that traditional path work. He talks about those frustrating years working low-paying jobs.
Just trying to make ends meet.
I love the part where he talks about his mom
His mom, come on,
constantly nagging,
get a job, baby.
which perfectly sums up that get-rich-slow mentality.
It's the mentality, right?
It's that societal pressure
Societal pressure.
pushing us towards a certain path,
Even if it's not the best path
even if it's not the most fulfilling or effective.
or effective path to creating wealth.
And that leads us to these 3 financial roadmaps that he lays out.
Yeah.
The Sidewalk, the Slowlane, and the Fastlane.
3 different approaches.
3 different approaches to wealth creation.
Each with its own set of beliefs
The outcomes.
and outcomes, yeah.
So the Sidewalk, as DeMarco describes it.
The sidewalk is the road to poorness.
Okay.
It's all about instant gratification.
No planning.
No planning.
Leading to debt and financial instability.
That YOLO mentality.
Living paycheck to paycheck.
Maybe even relying on things like lottery tickets.
Blaming external factors for your struggles.
Right. It's always somebody else's fault.
It seems like a lot of people might not even realize they're on the sidewalk.
They might think they're just enjoying life.
Just living in the moment.
But that's the danger of the sidewalk.
Yeah.
It can feel good in the moment,
Right.
but it ultimately leads to a lack of control.
And long-term financial struggles.
Exactly. Long-term struggle.
It's important to recognize those patterns.
And then consider a different path.
Right. And then there's the slow lane.
The slow lane.
That traditional path we've been talking about.
Get a good job.
Save diligently.
Invest in your 401k.
And hope for a comfortable retirement someday.
Someday.
It sounds responsible.
It sounds responsible.
But DeMarco argues it's essentially trading your limited time
For money.
with a high risk of ending up with a life of mediocrity.
Exactly. You're trading your hours for dollars.
And what's interesting is he criticizes even seemingly sound advice like
Right.
pay yourself first.
Pay yourself first.
arguing that it's nearly impossible to actually achieve this when you're stuck in the slow lane.
When you have all these expenses and taxes.
Yeah, taxes, expenses, living costs.
They eat up most of your paycheck.
Yeah, and he's pretty skeptical about traditional financial advice from gurus,
Oh yeah, the so-called gurus,
who he suggests might be promoting the slow lane.
while benefiting from the fast lane themselves.
It makes you wonder,
Who can you trust
who can you really trust?
with your financial future?
With your financial future.
It's a call to really take ownership
Take ownership
of your financial literacy.
of your financial literacy and to critically evaluate the advice you're given.
Yeah, don't just blindly follow.
Don't just blindly follow, right?
Think for yourself.
Absolutely. And now we can't forget about the fast lane,
The fast lane?
DeMarco's preferred route.
This is the exciting one.
This is the exciting one, the path to building businesses
Creating value.
that create value and scale quickly
Leading to financial freedom.
in a much shorter time frame.
Much shorter time frame.
But before we dive into the specifics of the fast lane,
Yes.
I think it's important to understand how he defines true wealth.
True wealth.
He argues it's not just about material possessions, right?
No, it's not just about the stuff.
It's not just about the Lambo.
It's about the wealth trinity.
Wealth trinity, yeah.
Strong relationships, good health, and freedom.
Those are aspects of wealth you can't put a price tag on.
You can't buy those.
And they're often neglected when people get caught up in chasing material things they can't really afford.
They get trapped in this lifestyle servitude.
That style servitude, yeah.
And working tirelessly to pay for a lifestyle they can't sustain.
And that keeps them from
Pursuing their true passions and goals.
And that's where the fast lane philosophy of controllable unlimited leverage comes in CUL.
Controllable unlimited leverage.
It's about understanding that in a job, your income is intrinsically tied.
To your time.
To your time, you have a limited number of hours you can work.
You only have so many hours in a day.
Right, which limits your earning potential.
Exactly. You're limited by the clock.
So CUL is about creating systems,
Systems that work for you.
generating income without being directly tied to your time.
That's the key.
So you're not creating your hours.
For dollars.
Right. And DeMarco contrasts this with their slow lane's uncontrollable limited leverage. In the slow lane, you're relying on factors outside of your control
The market. Your employer.
to determine your financial future.
Yeah, you're at the mercy of the system.
And DeMarco shares his own success story
He did it.
of building an online business that allowed him to achieve financial freedom by age 37.
37.
It's proof that this approach can actually work.
Real world proof.
What's interesting is that he also emphasizes
The law of affection.
the law of affection, the idea that
To make millions, you must impact millions.
impact millions.
Yeah, it's about creating businesses,
That solve problems for a large audience.
not just pursuing your hobbies.
So if you want to make a significant impact,
You need to think bigger.
you need to think bigger. Think about problems that affect a large number of people.
Exactly.
And he introduces the 5 fast lane commandments,
Which we'll dive into
which we'll dive into later.
in more detail.
But from your perspective, what's the biggest takeaway?
From this first part of our deep dive,
What do you think people should really be thinking about?
I think the biggest takeaway is that we have choices.
We have choices.
We don't have to blindly accept that traditional path to wealth.
The Millionaire Fastlane challenges us
To question the road we're on
to question the road we're on.
and consider a new direction
It's about recognizing we have more control
than we might think over our financial future.
or our financial future.
And that there are alternative paths
There are other ways
to achieving wealth and fulfillment.
and fulfillment. Yeah,
So stay tuned for part 2,
part 2.
where we'll dive deeper into these fast lane strategies
We'll get into the nitty-gritty.
and explore some of DeMarco's more controversial ideas.
It's going to get good. It's going to get good.
Yeah.
Stay tuned.
We'll be right back. Welcome back to our deep dive into the Millionaire Fastlane.
We've explored some of the core principles of DeMarco's philosophy, but now let's dig into some of the more controversial aspects. Specifically, his critique of traditional education.
He doesn't hold back, does he?
It does not.
He
He really...
Challenges the status quo.
Yeah, he argues that traditional education often focuses on skills that won't necessarily lead to wealth.
Yeah, like following the rules.
And he even suggests that a lot of successful entrepreneurs, including himself,
Yeah,
achieved wealth without following that traditional college route.
without that degree.
It's not that he's against learning.
No, not at all.
It's that he's challenging the idea
Right.
that a college degree is the only path
The only path to success.
to success.
Right.
He argues that people often go to college for the wrong reasons.
Like what?
Societal pressure.
Yeah, everybody's doing it.
Fear of the unknown.
Keeping up with the Joneses.
Rather than a genuine passion or a clear vision.
For their future.
For their future.
Yeah, they just feel like they should go.
He also points out that the job market changes constantly.
All the time.
The skills in demand today
Might be obsolete tomorrow.
might be obsolete tomorrow.
That's a scary thought.
It makes you wonder.
What should we be focusing on then?
What should we be focusing on instead?
Right.
What does he suggest?
Well, he really encourages this focus on transferable skills.
Okay.
Things like critical thinking, problem solving, creativity.
So those are valuable.
Regardless of your field.
Regardless of what field you're in.
Exactly.
And he emphasizes continuous learning.
It doesn't end at graduation.
Right. Education shouldn't end
You're always learning.
at graduation.
Yeah.
It's about being a lifelong learner.
Absolutely.
Constantly seeking out
New knowledge.
new knowledge and information.
Of different sources.
Not just relying on what you learned in school.
Right. Go beyond the textbook.
And he calls this
Life University.
Life University.
It never ends.
That we're always learning, always growing.
Yeah. You're always a student.
How do we make this practical?
Well, he suggests making learning part of your daily routine.
Okay.
So listening to audiobooks during your commute, reading during your lunch break, attending workshops.
Finding those little pockets of time
Exactly.
to fit it in.
Yeah, make it a habit.
And DeMarco also takes aim at this idea
Of job security.
of job security.
Which is kind of an illusion.
He argues that jobs, even high-paying ones,
Even the ones that seem safe.
offer limited control and leverage.
Right. You're dependent
They're
on
always dependent.
on so many things.
On factors outside of your control.
Right. The company's performance.
Yeah, the economy.
Office politics.
Office politics, yeah.
You never know.
So he encourages readers to shift their mindset
From seeking job security
to creating their own security
through entrepreneurship.
and financial independence.
That's true security.
So it's about taking control
Of your own destiny.
of your own destiny rather than relying on someone else to provide for you.
Yeah, be your own boss.
But isn't there something to be said
Right.
for the stability and security of a traditional job?
Well, sure, there are advantages.
Right. I mean, a
But
lot of
also
people
find comfort
about this.
in a steady paycheck and benefits.
Absolutely.
So how do we balance those two?
I think it's about understanding the trade-offs.
Okay.
That steady paycheck might come at the cost of limited income potential
Okay.
and a lack of control over your time
So it's
by
about
making a conscious choice
making a conscious choice about the life you want to create.
about what's important to you.
And a big part of that choice involves personal responsibility.
Absolutely.
DeMarco is pretty blunt about this.
He is.
We're ultimately responsible
For our own outcomes.
for our own financial outcomes.
You can't blame other people
He doesn't believe in blaming external factors
or waiting for someone else to solve your problems or waiting for someone else
to come rescue you.
to come rescue you to solve your problems.
Right.
He argues that taking ownership of your financial life,
Setting clear goals
taking action are essential.
for achieving your dreams.
He talks about developing a strong work ethic,
Yeah, hard work never hurt anybody.
being persistent,
Don't give up.
and being willing to learn from your mistakes.
Mistakes are inevitable.
He reminds us that success is rarely easy.
It takes effort
It takes effort and dedication.
and perseverance.
And he doesn't sugarcoat it.
Nope.
He even uses the phrase,
Uncommon actions create uncommon results.
if you want to achieve something extraordinary,
You got to do something different.
you can't just follow the same path as everyone else.
You got to break the mold.
Now, even though he stresses personal responsibility,
Right.
he also acknowledges the role that luck can play in our lives.
Luck is a factor.
But what's interesting
Okay.
is that he believes we can actually create our own luck.
What? You can make your own luck?
What do you think of that idea?
I think it's about increasing your luck surface area.
Luck surface area.
The more you put yourself out there, the more you try new things.
Okay.
The more you connect with people, the more opportunities you create.
For good things to happen.
Good things to happen, yeah.
So it's not just waiting for luck to strike.
No, you got to go out and make it happen.
It's about being proactive,
creating the conditions for success.
creating the conditions for success.
Yeah, you got to plant the seeds.
He also talks about developing a luck mindset,
Oh, I like that.
a belief
Believing that you're capable.
that you're capable of creating
your own good fortune.
your own good fortune
And that can attract positive experiences and opportunities.
into your life.
Absolutely.
Another point DeMarco emphasizes
Yeah.
is the importance of relationships.
Relationships are key.
He argues that strong relationships are crucial
Oh, success.
for success,
Both personally and financially.
both personally and financially.
You can't do it alone.
It's something we often overlook, don't we?
We get so focused on the hustle.
We get so focused on the hustle that we forget about the people around us.
We forget to nurture those relationships.
So who are the people
who can support us?
Who can support us? Who are those key relationships?
We talked about the value of mentors,
Okay.
partners, advisors,
People who can offer guidance, support, hold you
accountable, yeah.
He also stresses building a strong network.
Your network is your net worth.
Your network is your net worth.
He says that, yeah.
It's about attending industry events,
Joining professional organizations.
connecting with people who can help you achieve your goals.
People who can open doors for you.
And it's not just about taking.
No.
It's also about giving back.
Giving back to your community. To others.
DeMarco suggests that generosity
And a spirit of service.
can attract abundance and good fortune.
What you put out comes back to you.
So beyond relationships,
He also offers
DeMarco offers some great advice on managing your time.
your time.
Your energy.
Your energy's precious.
Precious. He talks about identifying your peak performance times.
Those times when you're most productive.
When you're most focused.
And energized.
And scheduling.
Your most important tasks during those windows.
Get the big things done when you're at your best.
He also talks about
eliminating distractions. Setting boundaries.
Setting boundaries, learning to say no
to commitments
that don't align with your goals.
Protect your time and energy.
It's about being intentional.
With your time.
With your time and energy.
Yeah.
He even encourages taking breaks.
Breaks are important.
And doing things you enjoy.
You got to recharge.
To prevent burnout.
Yeah.
And making sure you're taking care of your well-being.
Well-being is essential.
And a big part of well-being is mindset.
Oh, mindset is huge.
DeMarco argues that our beliefs
about money,
about success, about ourselves,
can either empower
or limit our potential.
So it's about recognizing and challenging those limiting beliefs.
Those negative thoughts.
Like the belief that wealth is only for a select few.
Right.
Or that you're not smart enough or talented enough
to succeed.
We
all have those thoughts sometimes.
We do. So what are some tools that he suggests for shifting our mindset?
Well, he talks about things like affirmations, visualization, gratitude practices.
Gratitude.
Yeah, focusing on what you're thankful for.
And surrounding yourself
with positive influences.
Yeah.
Mentors, role models.
Supportive friends.
Choosing to focus.
On empowering beliefs.
And surrounding yourself.
With people who believe in you.
He encourages developing a growth mindset.
Oh, the growth mindset.
The belief that your ability.
Intelligence.
Can be developed.
Through effort and learning.
You're
not stuck where you are.
It's not fixed. You can always grow.
It can help you overcome challenges.
And achieve greater success.
In all areas of your life.
Absolutely.
It's about seeing challenges as opportunities.
For growth.
Rather
than roadblocks.
Now, DeMarco also offers some very practical advice on building a successful business.
Right. Let's get down to brass tacks.
Starting with solving a real problem.
For your target market. Find a need and fill it.
What are some of the key takeaways in this area?
He stresses the importance of market research. Identifying your ideal customer. And tailoring your offerings.
To meet their specific needs.
Give them what they want.
It's about understanding your audience and creating something.
They truly value.
Yeah. He also talks about building a strong brand.
Your brand is your reputation.
Communicating a clear value proposition.
What makes you different?
And building a loyal customer base.
Happy customers.
And he emphasizes the power.
Of
marketing, sales.
And exceptional customer service.
All essential components.
Of a successful business.
But it's not all about hard work and hustle.
Right. There's more to it.
DeMarco also provides specific strategies.
For creating passive income. Income that's not tied to your time.
What are some examples?
Well, he talks about rental properties. Online businesses. Dividend-paying stocks. Royalties from intellectual property.
Things that can generate income.
Even while you sleep. Make money in your pajamas.
He encourages exploring different options.
And finding the models that align with your skills and goals.
What stands out to you about his approach to passive income?
I think he really emphasizes the power of leverage, automation, and scale.
It's about creating systems
that work for you.
Not the other way around.
Exactly.
He encourages a long-term perspective.
When building wealth.
When building wealth, he argues that patience
and a willingness to delay gratification
are key
for achieving financial freedom.
So it's about playing the long game rather than looking for
quick fixes.
Quick fixes.
Get rich quick schemes.
Now, one of the most powerful messages in the Millionaire Fastlane is the importance of action.
Action, action, action.
DeMarco argues that knowledge
without action
is useless.
It's just information.
It's through consistent action
that you turn your dreams into reality.
He encourages overcoming fear,
taking calculated risks,
and embracing the challenges
that come with any worthwhile pursuit.
He reminds us that failure
is a stepping stone.
To success.
Every setback
is an opportunity to learn and grow.
You learn more from your failures than your successes.
So he encourages developing
a bias for action. Prioritizing doing over planning.
It's about trusting
that the path will become clearer
as you move forward.
As you take those steps.
I love that.
Yeah.
So we've covered a lot of ground here. From his critique of traditional paths to his emphasis on personal responsibility.
Luck creation
and action.
Action.
What do you think is the most controversial aspect of his philosophy?
I think it's probably his bluntness.
Yeah. His willingness to challenge
conventional wisdom.
He
doesn't sugarcoat things.
No.
He's not afraid to call out what he sees as flaws in the system.
He really pushes readers to think for themselves.
Yeah.
To question the status quo.
To not just accept what you're told.
And create their own unique path.
Blaze your own trail.
It can be uncomfortable.
It can.
But it can also be incredibly empowering. So stay tuned for part 3. Where we'll explore some real-world examples
of people who've actually done it.
Who've successfully implemented these fast lane strategies.
And made it.
And we'll discuss how you can apply these principles.
To your own journey.
It's going
to be good.
Stay tuned. Welcome back to the final part of our deep dive into the Millionaire Fastlane.
We've explored the core principles.
Challenged some of that conventional thinking.
Yeah.
Delved into some of those controversial ideas.
Now let's talk about putting it into action.
Let's put those principles into action.
Rubber meets the road.
Yeah. What I found really helpful was his process called the Fastlane Supercharger.
Okay.
A step-by-step guide.
A roadmap.
To creating a Fastlane business.
I like that.
And I like that he breaks it down.
Yeah.
It takes you beyond just having an idea.
Right.
And helps you really evaluate
the potential
of that business opportunity.
Absolutely.
So the first step is need. And he emphasizes that your business needs to solve a real problem. People are willing to pay for it.
Gotta solve a problem.
If you want to make money.
Be a need hunter. Need hunter. What do you think that means?
It makes me think of a detective.
Looking
for those clues.
Looking for patterns.
Yeah.
Observing your surroundings, listening to conversations.
Pay attention to complaints.
Those are all clues.
To unmet needs.
Unmet needs that represent
potential business opportunities.
Yeah, what are people struggling with?
What are those frustrations?
In their daily lives.
Maybe
it's finding reliable childcare.
Managing their finances.
Learning a new skill.
These are all potential starting points.
For a fast lane business.
So it's about looking for those pain points.
The pain point.
Those areas where people are struggling.
And they're willing to pay for a solution.
The next step in the Fastlane Supercharger is entry. And this is where he talks about
barriers to
entry.
Yeah.
So you want to find a niche where competition isn't so fierce.
Right. You don't want to be in the red ocean.
You want to be able to establish
a strong
position and command
higher profits. Yeah.
So think about businesses that require specialized knowledge.
Specialized skills. Maybe they operate in underserved markets where there's not a lot of competition.
So instead of trying to be the cheapest option
in a crowded market,
yeah, you're looking for a space where you can offer
something unique
and valuable,
something special.
What are some other examples of businesses with good barriers to entry?
Businesses that have proprietary technology.
Right.
A unique manufacturing process, or a really strong brand reputation.
So you're creating
a moat.
around your business.
I love that analogy of a moat.
Makes it hard for the competition.
We're making it difficult for those competitors
to copy you.
To come in.
Yeah.
And once you've found an idea with a good barrier to entry,
then you need to think about
the next step.
Control.
Control is key.
And he really emphasizes owning and controlling
your business system.
Your business system.
You want to be the one calling the shots.
He's cautious about models where you're giving too much control to others.
Like franchises or distributorships.
Your success should be in your hands.
In your hand.
Not dependent
on someone else's decision.
It's about being the captain of your own ship.
Be the captain.
Right.
Steer your own course.
And DeMarco also stresses building a business.
That is scalable.
That's scalable. What does that mean in practical terms?
Scalability means you can increase your output and your revenue without a corresponding increase in your time and effort.
So it's not about working harder.
It's about working smarter.
It's about working smarter.
Leverage and automation.
So how do we do that?
You need to think about ways to systematize your operations, delegate tasks, and utilize technology.
So it's about creating a business
that can grow.
That can grow without you constantly
having to be hands-on.
Hands-on with every aspect.
With every little detail.
Then there's the time component. This is all about building a business.
That generates passive income.
Passive income, this is a key principle.
Of the Fastlane.
Of the Fastlane philosophy.
Creating income that's not directly tied to your time.
True financial freedom.
You're not trading your hours for dollars anymore.
So you're not just building a business, you're building
a system.
A system that works for you.
Even when you're not working.
Even when you're not working.
Make money in your sleep.
He gives a lot of examples of passive income models.
Rental properties.
Online businesses.
Dividend-paying stocks.
Royalties from intellectual property.
Explore different options.
Find what fits your skills.
And your goals.
The last piece of the Fastlane supercharger is education.
Education.
DeMarco's a big believer.
In continuous learning.
Continuous learning, he calls it changing your oil.
Changing your oil.
Making sure you're staying up to date.
Upgrading your knowledge.
Upgrading your knowledge.
And skills.
And skills.
Encourages a growth mindset.
Embrace those challenges.
Embrace those challenges.
Gives opportunities to learn.
To learn and improve.
Yeah.
View failure.
Not as a setback.
Not as a setback, but as a stepping stone to success.
You learn more from your failures?
It's about always being curious.
Always be learning.
Looking for ways.
And finding mentors.
Coaches, advisors.
I can guide you.
Support you.
Support you on your journey.
Yeah. Having someone who's been there before.
Been there, done that.
Can be invaluable.
They can offer advice, encouragement.
Help you navigate the challenges.
So the Fastlane Supercharger is a great roadmap.
A great framework.
But he also gives a lot of specific strategies.
For accelerating
wealth creation.
Yeah.
One of the key things he talks about
is branding.
Why is branding so important?
For strong brand sets you apart.
Sets you apart.
From the competition.
Okay.
Allows you to charge higher prices.
And create a loyal following.
People want to buy from brands they trust.
It's about developing a unique selling proposition. That USP.
What makes you different?
What makes you different?
What makes you special?
What makes your business valuable?
Valuable.
Communicating your value clearly?
Yeah.
Making your business memorable?
Stand out.
He talks about the importance of storytelling.
Telling a story.
Creating a narrative.
That resonates
with your audience.
And makes your brand relatable.
Along with branding, there's marketing.
Marketing.
Understanding your target market.
Who are you trying to reach?
Creating a system.
For attracting customers.
For attracting and retaining customers.
It's a process.
And he talks about a wide range of tactics.
From traditional methods like print advertising.
To digital strategies.
Like social media and content marketing.
It's about finding the right mix.
The right mix of tactics.
That'll reach your ideal customer.
And get them excited.
About your business.
Yeah.
Another crucial aspect.
Is customer service.
Customer service, he argues.
That satisfied customers
are your best advocates.
They'll tell their friends.
Happy customers are more likely to come back.
For more.
And recommend your product or service.
Word of mouth is powerful.
So it's about going above and beyond.
Exceeding expectations.
Exceeding expectations.
Creating a positive experience.
It's about building relationships with your customers.
Show them you care.
Showing them that you genuinely care.
about their needs.
And he also emphasizes
building a strong team
of employees
who share that commitment to excellent service.
And beyond the day-to-day aspect
of running a business,
he offers advice
on managing your finances.
Managing your finances effectively.
Yeah.
He encourages readers
to create a solid financial plan. Track your income.
Track your income.
Track your expenses.
And invest wisely.
Make your money work for you.
He talks about diversifying
your investments,
avoiding risky ventures,
and seeking professional advice
when needed.
Sometimes you need an expert.
Absolutely.
And throughout the book,
he
emphasizes mindset.
Mindset and attitude.
Your attitude determines your altitude.
He encourages readers to adopt
a positive, can-do attitude.
Believe in yourself.
Believe in your ability
to achieve your goals.
I'll take it.
He talks about the power of visualization.
Visualize your success.
Affirming your goals.
Surrounding yourself with positive people.
Creating a supportive environment.
Both internally and externally.
Yeah. He also emphasizes gratitude. Appreciating what you have.
Focusing on the abundance.
It's about shifting your mindset.
From scarcity to abundance.
There's
enough for everyone.
So the Millionaire Fastlane
offers a wealth of knowledge.
Strategies.
And inspiration.
It's not a quick fix.
No.
It's not a get-rich-quick scheme.
No.
But it provides a framework
for creating real, lasting wealth.
A life of freedom.
And fulfillment.
It's about thinking differently.
Challenging the status quo.
Taking control
of your financial future.
A call to action.
Encouraging readers
to step outside their comfort zones.
And build a life they truly love.
That's it for our deep dive
into the Millionaire Fastlane.
We hope you found it insightful.
Inspiring.
Maybe even a little challenging.
Thought-provoking.
We encourage you to think about
what resonated with you.
And how you can apply
these principles
to your own journey.
To your own life.
Remember, it's about more than just making money.
It's about creating a life.
Of freedom.
Purpose.
Impact.
So what are you waiting for?
Get out there and start building.
Keep fast-laning.
And we'll see you next time
on the next deep dive.